Dude, actually goated tweet. The tweet just says Hollow Knight Silk Song, and embedded under the tweet, there is a video. You might be able to guess what it is, but let's start. Hollow Knight Silk Song.
It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened. It's false. It never happened. It's a fake. It's fiction. It's an urban legend that never happened. No way. We got you. Not a chance. Not this time. It never happened. It's fiction.
Incredible. Unbelievable tweet. It gets me every time, man. Not a chance. No way. We got you. Oh, man. What do you think about the increasing popularity of theme restaurants these days? I love it. Anyway, this is what it feels like to not have a horse in the race, man. I like Hollow Knight. I don't love it, but I like Hollow Knight. And if it takes until 2035 for Silksong to come out, doesn't bother me. I'm a little busy right now. That means I get to participate in both sides of the memes. You know what I was thinking too? There's such like a stereotype of games, like the sequel to a huge indie game not living up to its expectations. Not even sequel, let's say the successor, the sophomore effort from an indie dev not matching up with the expectations that came from the first one. But I was thinking about it. Dude, there's a lot of indie games that actually, or indie devs, I guess I should say, that kind of blew it out of the park on the second one. I'm not reading that, but thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Like, here, let's start with the easy ones, okay? Limbo into Inside. I would say most people probably prefer Limbo, but Inside is really good. Like, it might be like 10 to 9.5, and I actually think I prefer Inside. You got Braid Into the Witness. It's funny to say. I think at the time, The Witness was a little bit less appreciated. But now that we're in 2022, I think you kind of look back at that like indie platform era and you go like, it's not cringe, but like, why was every single piece of art just filtered through the genre of like a 2D physics-based platformer? And The Witness, it ends up being a little bit more, I think, well-respected on the fat tail because of its creativity. Even if I did find it a little pretentious, which is fine. I think that they come by that authentically. That's probably fair. Lucas Pope, Papers, Please. Great game, don't get me wrong. Like an actual classic. But Curse of the Obra Dinn, honestly, I think looking back, I kind of prefer it. Obra Dinn is like it's a tightly oiled machine. Not that Papers, Please isn't, but Obra Dinn is so cool, so creative. There was one more I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, dude, FTL, one of the best indie games of all time. Into the Breach. I don't know if I prefer Into the Breach, but it is probably one of the most underrated indie games in the sphere. Everybody has played like 100 hours of FTL. So few people have played Into the Breach for like longer than 10 minutes. Hades? Well, Supergiant. Supergiant is just crazy, man. Like, Bastion was incredible. Transistor was not as good, but still great. What was the one? Is Pyre came next, right? Pyre was not as good as, this is just my opinion. Pyre was not as good as Transistor, but still good. And then Hades is incredible. I say that Transistor was not as good as Bastion, but I did beat Transistor 2 times. Kind of crazy, right? Spelunky 2. Both great. Both great. Hold on, I gotta get some water. You've heard of it. Hades is a 7? That's just... You haven't played enough 7s, man. I poke fun at Hades, but it's not because Hades is something that's really worth poking fun at. It's more like I got mad that people got mad at me for skipping through the lore. When all I want to do, like, the gameplay is so tight. And that's what's great about Supergiant, right? They put some sauce on the lore, they put some sauce on the gameplay. A lot of devs, it opens with like a full motion video cutscene where 99% of the budget went into it. And then when you play it, it's like a top-down ASCII keyboard vomit. What do you want me to say? I'm just being rude. I'm thinking of Dam Busters from Action 52 right now for some reason. I don't know why. You guys ever hear this song? One second. I don't know if this gets content ID match, but if it happens, it happens. Holy cow. Anyway, that's Dam Busters from Action 52. What a game. And then it goes... Anyway. Hey, you know what? That's fair. Brothers and The Way Out, both good games. At some point, we gotta finish It Takes Two. It takes two. It takes too damn long to finish it. Not really. It's probably like, I don't know, maybe like 12 hours or something. More like it takes too damn long to beat. Holy cow. I squeezed the water bottle, and I squirted water all over my pants. Now it looks like I peed myself. Whew. I'm more of a Cheetah Man type of guy. Hold on. The Cheetah Men theme song. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this one. I love when they make the rhythm section falls away for a second so you can just embrace the melody. Ooh. Dude, it's actually, like, insulting. I have to check something. So Action 52 came out in 1991. Just give me one moment here. RoboCop on the Game Boy. I think this shit came out in like 1992. And listen to the squam quality in this. Like, this actually sounds like it's straight out of like Undertale or something like that. Cheetah Men is like they were playing it on like a day planner with a vinyl cover. Listen to... How do you get that kind of MIDI bass, man? Ooh. Oh, man. Like, what even is that? It's like a digital slide guitar? As for RoboCop, yeah. It's a movie where, like, a cop almost dies, so they turn him into a robot that shoots people's dicks off. And he blows up the dad from That 70s Show. Fall Guys or Among Us? What, are we playing Fuck, Marry, Kill? Fall Guys, Among Us, Five Nights from Freddy's. I would marry Fall Guys for sure. I guess if I had to, I would fuck Among Us. And then I guess I would kill Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights from Freddy's? Is that what I said? I'm old, like, now. I get my words mixed up a lot. It happens all the time. I used to laugh at, like, my grandpa. He would, like, sometimes call me, like, my cat's name. I do it all the time now. Call my daughter my wife's name. call my wife my cat's name, call me by your name, you know? By the way, I do have to say, I keep getting Call Me By Your Name confused with The Only Lovers Left Alive, but I think it might just be because, much like the characters in The Only Lovers Left Alive, Army Hammer, the real person, not the not the character, but the real person who was in Call Me By Your Name, also eats people, right? Or wants to? Okay, that's an acceptable peepo talk. It took us a while to get there. The Only Lovers Left Alive is a movie about vampires. So obviously they consume human blood, if not human flesh. Army Hammer was in Call Me By Your Name. It's also like a romantic love story. It's not about people that eat people, but it is starring somebody that says, like he sent a text that was like, I'm literally a cannibal or something like that. Anyway, hold on. A new week has started in Geo Duels. Was it a joke, or are you explaining something to us? It was a joke. I don't actually get those movies confused. I have a pretty good read on, you know, cinematic literacy. And they're both very well known. Like Call Me By Your Name was nominated for many Oscars, and Only Lovers Left Alive, just a very cool movie. It stars Tilda Swinton, and we stan a vampiric queen. It's a bit like jazz, exactly. Yeah, you guys ever hear that story about that guy in Germany who got arrested for murder because... So I'm not familiar with the situation fully, but I believe that somebody on Craigslist made a post that was like, I want you to murder me and eat my penis. And then somebody was like, sure, I'll do that. And then he killed him and ate his penis. And then they had the audacity to send him to jail for what? Being a good friend? What's all the question marks for? He asked for it. Murder is still illegal even if they ask you to do it? Yo, but he asked for it. I wouldn't do it. No, I don't want to go to prison. I'm just saying. Like, you guys, you got it all wrong. Somebody said, NL, will you rob a bank for me? No, unless you own the bank. If you had like a safe in your house and you were like, please, please, pleading emoji, please break into my safe and steal all my gold bars, I would be like, okay, fine. If you were like, oh, break into Fort Knox and irradiate all of the gold so that the gold that I hold becomes an increasing amount of the supply, thus inflating its value, I would be like, no, Auric Goldfinger, do it yourself. Get Pussy Galore to fly the plane. It's been a while since I've seen Goldfinger, but I do know that Pussy Galore is in Goldfinger. I say Gold member, you know, you get the idea. And she flies a plane. She's a pilot. Why is she named Pussy Galore? Well, I'll just tell you, like in the 60s, people they didn't get it, you know? They were like, could you, you know, unless you beat them over the head with it, they didn't understand. Okay, hold on. Here we go. What are you talking about? I'm talking about Goldfinger, dude. He's the man with the Midas touch. Such a cold finger. Okay, sorry. That's why a lot of vagina is such a great Austin Powers bit. Slash marker.